What is up, Rocket Nation? Hello, YouTube. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's play some Assassin's Creed Shadows. In the last episode, a lot of things happened, including finally putting a name on the shadowy organization that conspired and had a hand in the murdering of our father, Chichiwe. And we can actually see that name now if we open up the objective board. If you go into the objective board, you can see that right down here, they are known as the Shimbukfu. The Shimbukfu killed Nawe's father and stole the box. Though each member has their own motivations, they rally behind the principal cause of keeping their prize and whatever may be inside. And that is the big question, right? What is inside of that box that Chichiwe was actually hiding? But not only that, we also have faces now on all the enemies and clues on how we can actually go out and seek our targets. Now, there's a few of them that we've already dealt with. Number one being Wakasa. This was, of course, the Golden Teppo. We defeated her back in, I believe it was episode 5, I want to say. And then the other one is Wada Koratake. We actually defeated him as well. The third one up here you defeat during the prologue, so everybody should have defeated him. And of course, now the sort of the leader of the group is no longer Oda Nobunaga. Now we know we were actually manipulated by Mitsuhide. I never try to say his first name. I never pronounce it right. But Mitsuhide actually did quite a great job of manipulating us and having us do his dirty work for him. So no more Oda Nobunaga. Now we just know him as the Horseman. That is the leader of this group. So now we kind of have an idea on where we're going to be heading. We got all these targets that we're going to be sort of taking on. But where we're going to start off today, since the last episode, I did accept all 3 of our contracts. So one's going to be down here, another one is right here, and another one is actually right here as well. I'm kind of going to go and do these off camera. I'll bring you guys back, but I'm going to bring you guys back when we're near the 3rd one, because there's actually something very special in this region that I kind of want to share with you guys. So we're going to get today underway. As always, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate all of your guys' likes, all the support that you guys show in all the videos. Remember, if you do like this episode, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you guys do want to be notified when the next episode goes live, all you guys got to do is hit that little bell notification icon, and thou shalt be notified. All right, I will see you guys when we arrive in the Muggy Lands.
I can't get caught here. What?
All right, welcome back, everybody, and we have made our way to the Muggy Lands. And along the way, you know, there is something I do want to point out to everybody, that you may not have the same exact contracts that I have. So I hate to bring you guys up here for my contract, and maybe you guys don't have one, and you don't know how to get up here. So always keep in mind that all the contracts are random. The only thing that's guaranteed that is if you accept them in a region, all 3 of the contracts will be in the same region. So we accepted them from the Hideout and Azumi Setsu region, so all 3 were in the same region. This one up here happens to be right next to a viewpoint. So if you guys are wondering where I am on the map right now, there's a good close-up view. We're just to the west of Takatsuki and right by the viewpoint there. But as we're making our way up this little path that leads up the side of the mountain, you'll notice that on the left-hand side, there's another path that sort of veers off, and it's got braziers and everything kind of begging you to go this way. I highly encourage everybody, always, if you see these and you're not sort of following like a one-by-one step guide as I'm doing things, explore these, because they normally lead somewhere to something. They don't normally just go off into nowhere. And today, we're going to be actually going into an enemy encampment. I'm going to get us up here. There is a body of water, and you can actually see that there's almost like a sewer tunnel is the best way to put it. And if we make our way in here, you can actually see we have an enemy directly in front of us. So let's use our eagle vision. We're going to mark everybody that we can see. There's 2 guys over there, one below us. And then if you look up to your right, there's also more enemies behind us as well, including one on a sniper tower and another one right there.
Oh.
If we jump down inside of the pit here, you'll notice that there's a room in the back of the pit, and you can grab yourself some more materials. And then what we're here for, it is another legendary chest. It's going to give us 1% health per mastery point in Shinobi. So if you are going hard into that Shinobi tree and you really like the whole mastery tree in itself, it's got a lot of really good abilities in it. That is going to allow you to get 1% more health per mastery point spent. All right, right now, I'm going to go around. I'm going to gather up all the rest of the materials, make sure I've got all these bodies looted, and then I will meet you guys right after we're done with the very next contract. So I'll see you guys in just a second.
I'll put you down.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And as you see, we are still in the Muggy Lands, just outside my last contract that I had to complete. So now I got all 3 of the contracts done for the day. I did leave in a small section taking over the Muggy Lands Tower. That one can be a little bit tricky, so I figured I'd leave it in, give you guys a strategy, because since you guys are up here, I thought some of you might want to go and get that viewpoint. It is always a good idea to get the viewpoints. It can be easier getting around the map that way. So I figured I'd leave that in. But for the rest of the day here today, we're going to kind of be focusing on Yasuke. Of course, we unlocked him in the last episode. That was episode number 9. As always, there is a link to the full playlist down in the description if anybody wants to go and check that one out. But if we actually go to the objective boards, we always had a section where we could explore Naoe's past. And it was through memories that were done as you completed the first 4 Kujikiris. Now we have a similar thing that we can do with Yasuke. Let's read this. It says Yasuke's journey. Yasuke goes on a personal journey of self-discovery and self-atonement. And the first mission that we're going to do today is called an education. It says Yasuke has key memories that he can recall from his past. Progress further into Yasuke's journey. Report to Nabatsunu Sensei. So that's one we're actually going to mark. And if we go to the world map, you're going to see that this is going to be way far up to the north. And that's quite the journey. But thankfully for us, we did experience some of the story with Naoe in Iga. And this is, of course, where Naoe is actually from, which is going to afford us a ability to buy a kakurega or 2 here in this area. And this is actually going to be the perfect kakurega for us to buy. This is the Aekuni kakurega. We actually spend our 800 mon on that one right there. This is actually a spot where we were already at in one of Naoe's memories. It was the exact same spot where we participated in the Iki ceremony with our father and had a big duel back in episode number 2. Again, link in the description for the entire playlist. But what we're going to do is we're going to stick as Naoe for right now. We're going to do a couple of shrines along the way. And then when we make our way up here, we're actually going to switch over to Yasuke. I'll show you guys how that process works. I'll introduce you guys to a brand new open world activity that you can do only as Yasuke, and then we'll make our way to the main quest. So I'll see you guys in just 1 second at the Aekuni Shrine. All right, welcome back, everybody, and we have made our way to Aekuni Shrine here in Iga. Now, I do want to point out a couple of things. Number one thing that I want to point out is that you are actually, if you've been following along with this guide at least, you are going to be under-leveled for this area. We're showing up here, I believe, at this point in the game, we are only level 15. This area is actually a level 23 area. So it does not matter in the grand scheme of things when it comes to completing any of the missions, because that isn't going to require us to be a specific level. But if you do, however, show up here and you're like, you know what, I'm at the Kakarega, I should probably accept some contracts, I would say, I would actually urge against that, unless in one case I would say it's okay, and that's if you have guaranteed assassinations on. Then you can always sneak and stealth your way through, make sure you get your guaranteed assassinations, and you can sort of complete those contracts. But without guaranteed assassinations on, it's just not going to be possible to complete the contracts. So I would urge against it for right now. I did want to point that out. Another thing that I want to point out is that in the town here, as you're walking your way through, you might run into Ronin. And once you have actually unlocked Yasuke and you've done that quest line that unlocks him, from then that point on, Mitsuhide will actually order the Ronin around the world to keep an eye out for you. So the first Ronin that you ever do encounter after that mission is done will essentially have a note on them, and you'll be able to read the note, and it'll say Mitsuhide is basically sicking all the Ronin on you around the world. So got to keep an eye out for that as well. So of course, if we're making our way through this area that we're under leveled in, if you do encounter a Ronin, beware. We're probably not going to be able to kill them unless you have those guaranteed assassinations on. So keep an eye out for those. But we have arrived here at Aekuni Shrine, and just up here, if we do take a left here, if you guys actually don't remember, this is where the fourth of our memories that we unlocked through the Kujikiri, this is where the fourth one takes place. This is actually where the Iki ceremony takes place at. But your father would have been right up here actually playing that Japanese flute deal. I don't know what they're actually called. But right here is going to be our first shrine. So if we actually climb up to the top of the stairs here, we can get our first shrine. There are 2 shrines and 1 Sumi-e that we can actually get in this area. This is the first of the 2 shrines, and the Sumi-e that we're going to be able to do is actually right behind this shrine. So after you've completed the shrine, you can get into the old sneak mode. We can creep our way up to the water right here.
I see you.
And you can see that there is actually koi fish down in the water. I'm not sure why it's not advancing. I guess we got to get really, really close. There it is right there. So for completing this Sumi-e, we are going to get an epic wall decoration, also 500 more XP. All these little bursts of XP, they add up, so don't take them lightly. You might be tempted just to move by a Sumi-e. Always get them whenever you see them, because it's just 500 more XP. That adds up over time.
Got it.
And there it is, our epic wall decoration, swimming koi fish Sumi-e. And then 500 more XP. And then right over here is our final shrine. And then after completing this shrine, we are actually going to get another knowledge point, putting us that much closer to knowledge rank 3 and completing the Aekuni Shrine. So there's our knowledge point. Another 500 XP should pop up here as well. And now we are ready to move on to the next one. Now, on the way to the next one, I do believe we're going to have a few Sumi-e that we're going to encounter. So I will stop along the way. We'll make sure we always get those and show those off to you guys. But for right now, I'm going to head out. I will bring you guys back when we get closer to our next destination. All right, and as predicted, just down below us here, right down the trail here, you can see that there is a Sumi-e available on the compass at the top of the screen. And this one is actually going to be a very familiar one. You actually have already painted this creature before, way back when Jinjiro taught us the art of the Sumi-e. So we're going to get as close as possible here. We're actually going to lay down because this one's going to require you to get quite close to him.
I must approach carefully. Stay low. I need to be quiet. Good view from here.
And you can see it is actually the Tanuki.
Much better. Junjiro couldn't make fun of me for this drawing of a tanuki. Perfect.
And there we go. We actually have the tanuki as a pet that we can place in the hideout, and we got a rare wall decoration, 500 XP, and that is going to be it for this Sumi-E. So the next stop is going to be at the shrine just up ahead of us here. I am going to hop on the horse. All I'm going to do is set the Pathfinder to lead us there, and I will meet you guys at the shrine after I break that fence. All right, and wouldn't you know it, as always, every time we go to make a journey from one spot to another, there's always seems to be multiple Sumi-Es, and one more has appeared up here. This one's going to be for a couple of monkeys that are grooming each other. And I do want to give credit to Gunnisher on the stream for letting us know that if you are getting too close and you are getting spotted, the best way to always assure that you get a Sumi-E is just to lay down, go prone, get as close as you possibly can. And this pretty much guarantees that you never fail a Sumi-E. You don't have to worry about them running away and then never seeing that Sumi-E again. So big thank you to Gunnisher for the tip over on the stream. Remember, we stream 7 days a week if you guys want to join. Rocket Sauce streams. We'd love to have you guys there live. There is a link down in the description.
Perfect.
And there we go. Now we also have the macaque as a pet that we can place in our hideout, and we got a rare wall decoration, 500 more XP. All right, next stop, well, I swear is going to be a shrine. We're not going to get interrupted. It's not going to happen. All right, I will see you guys in just a second. All right, and we have made it to our final shrine on this journey up to the big city. And if we go in here, our first shrine that we're going to need to pray at, we got two that are going to be in this location. The first one's going to be just to your right. There is also a chance for you to get a puppy that will spawn here as well that you can pet, as well as a dog. So we already have ourselves the white Akita, but if you do not have the white Akita, you can pet him here. And then the puppy is actually just to our left here. So we'll go and pet him next. He's a little jealous right now. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And this is going to be the golden Akita puppy.
Good boy.
He's a feisty little one. And then, of course, right behind him is going to be our very first shrine that we need to pray at. Don't worry about this lady. She doesn't mind you cutting in front of her. Your prayer's more important than hers. Remember that. Oh, we almost had it synced up. That's what happens with girls, I hear. All right, now that we got the first one done, the second one is going to be just up the stairs here at the top of the shrine. Now, if you guys do recognize this place, if it seems a little bit familiar, that's because we came here to collect Entimatsu's family scroll from the shrine over here to the right. Ours is going to be over here to the left. And don't worry, again, this guy does not mind you cutting in front of him. Your prayer is more important than his. And another shrine completed. Kasuga Shrine. That's going to give us another knowledge point. We are now 1 knowledge point away from knowledge rank 3. And if you actually follow these, the little trail that goes up along the side of the shrine here, you're going to go past some beautiful falls. It's actually a really beautiful area. And if you make your way all the way to the top, you're going to find that there is another viewpoint for us to grab. So let's make our way up here. There's some shrines too that you can pray at if you guys do need a buff. And then once you make your way all the way to the top here, you'll find your viewpoint. And now that we are up here, we're going to give a look around, make sure that we get all the little dots spotted out in the distance, all them white dots converted over to either question marks or the viewpoints. And then we can open up the map and I can show you guys the next location that we're actually going to be heading to. And that is going to be actually right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a marker on this one. I'm going to jump down and then I'm just going to get on the horse. I'm going to use the Pathfinder And I will bring you guys back if anything interesting happens along the way. But more than likely, the next time I'll see you is at our next destination. And wouldn't you know it, just as I crossed over the river right by the shrine that we were just at, that shrine is actually just over our shoulder right here. Another Sumi-E showed up just down the way here. So this one is going to actually be on the other side of the river from us. And just so that you guys do know, if you do want to do this painting, you have to actually get across the river. Otherwise, she'll make a comment that it's just too wet here. So
I need a closer look. I need to be quiet.
we're going to cross over to the other side of the river, work our way up as close as possible.
Perfect spot.
And there we go.
Got it.
There we go. Baby red fox playing. So we're going to actually get the red fox cub as a placeable object within our hideout. We'll also get the wall decoration, 500 more XP. And now we're finally off. I swear, this time's going to be the one. We're going to make it to our final destination. I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, and welcome back. And you guys did not really think I meant we were going to make it to our final destination, did you? You had to have known something would come up. And I feel like just for the sake of being as thorough as possible and making sure I do give you guys as much information as possible, I want to bring up these. So right behind us, you can actually see that there is sort of a floating square that is behind us. These are what is known as keys. And if we go to the map, you can zoom in. And if you zoom in as far as possible, once you get close enough, these will show up on your map and let you know that you do have keys in the vicinity. And what keys are is essentially they are the premium currency that is used in the exchange. So the exchange is sort of along the lines of in Odyssey and Valhalla, you had a shop that you could go and buy skins and whatnot. If you want to know what is available in the exchange, what you do is you go to the menu, and then once you're in the menu on the top left-hand side of the screen, it'll show Animus. You basically have to either hold down the touchpad on the PS5 or the menu button on Xbox, and it'll bring you to this. I've already showed you guys about projects, which are essentially the battle passes. You can earn keys from the battle pass as well. And then if you look at the top of the screen, it shows exchange. Hit RB. We can actually tab over, and this will show you the weekly selection of items that you can actually earn through that you can, I don't know if you'd call it earning, that you can buy using keys. So each one of these are random each week. You also have a selection of daily ones as well, and you can purchase any of these things with the keys that you find in the world or through the battle pass. And once you approach them, all you guys got to do is come up close, hit Y to collect, and there you go. They'll always give you between 20 and 30 keys. And then once they are looted, you'll see that the little icon disappears from the map, and you will never be able to gather them from this location again. Doesn't matter if it's on a new game or not. They are a, once you pick them up in the world, they're kind of gone thing. So I just wanted to bring you guys back, explain what keys are, show you how to use them. And then now, I swear it, no, really this time, we're going to make it to our final destination. I'll see you guys once we get there. Okay, and finally, we have arrived at the final destination. As you get close to this destination, you're going to notice that an icon is going to appear. It's an icon that we have not seen yet, but we know from the shape of it and the color that it's probably going to offer up a knowledge point. So as you get a little bit closer, we can actually come up here and talk to the gentleman just inside here, and let's do just that.
Who is skilled enough to take my Yabusame challenge? A samurai proficient with horse and bow.
You offer Yabusame training here? Or is this just a show of skill?
I offer little instruction, but practice is the best training. But it is an impressive display of skill for a samurai.
I'll send my friend Yasuke. His skills are most impressive.
I will be the judge of that.
All right, and there you go. So this indicates that this is something that can only be done by Yasuke. So this is a good time to actually probably introduce how you're going to switch back and forth between the two characters. And it's actually really simple. They made it as easy as possible for you. All you got to do is go to the inventory screen, and if you just simply hold down X, you can play as Yusuke. Now, the only thing that determines whether or not you're able to switch between the two characters at any time is if you are in an enemy territory. So if at the top of the screen you have the little red bar, that means you're in hostile territory. You cannot switch freely back and forth in that moment in time. Another way to actually switch is to go to the world map, and if you want to do fast travel to either a viewpoint or a kakurega, you can notice that it does say fast travel with A, but also now offers the hold X button to fast travel as Yusuke. This sort of avoids you having to do 2 load screens. You can just fast travel as Yusuke and make it there. So we're actually going to switch over to Yusuke right now by holding down the X button. It's going to reload the world in its current state. And now we'll be playing as Yusuke for the first time in our walkthrough.
To take my Yabusame challenge? A samurai proficient with horse and bow. You're here to take my Yabusame challenge. It is a skill every samurai should master.
I admit, I lack practice in mounted archery.
There, you said it. Practice. There's no better training. I have set up arenas throughout the land for samurai like you.
A welcome change from all the talk I hear of Teppo.
I agree. Nagashino was a victory for Teppo warfare. But it was Lord Nobunaga's numbers that won that battle. The weaknesses of Teppo were revealed. Misfires, powder that wouldn't light. Too much left to chance. But Yabusame is a time-tested art.
Better to rely on skills that have been honed for generations.
Spoken like a true samurai. Now, do you want to try the course?
Of course we do. Get it? Forget it. I will accept the challenge. So basically all this is going to consist of is shooting 5 lanterns as you're running down a straight line on a horse. It's really that simple. By default, there is a certain amount of aim assist that exists within the game. All you got to do is essentially tap the left trigger until it locks on and then fire an arrow. It's really that simple. This is way easier than it seems. If you do not have aim assist on, though, with a controller, this might be a little bit difficult, but we're going to go ahead and accept the challenge.
I will give Yabusame a try.
Welcome to the Azuchi Yabusame Arena. From the horse, shoot the paper lanterns along the track. Think you can do that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I am ready.
I will count down from 3, 2, 1, go!
Now, the best way to do this is to just not touch the left stick at all, and you'll see that you'll get a good lock on. Does not matter if you miss, it's no big deal. And then all you got to do is get close, and you'll see that there's quite a bit of aim assist in this. And then there's our final one. 5 out of 5. We have completed it.
Good run.
Very good. I should keep you here to teach my students.
And there it is. We got ourselves a brand new mount and another knowledge point, which puts us at knowledge rank 3 now. So major gains made. Another 500 XP as well. All right, and now before we actually go and start Yusuke's quest, there's going to be a few things that I do want to point out here in the menu. So if you do open up your menu, you'll notice that in your inventory, you do have gear that the game is essentially give you as starter gear. So you don't have to worry about, starting out with level 1 gear or anything like that with Yusuke. You do get some gear as well. I did already equip the new mount that we just unlocked, which is this one right here. You can change the saddle at those on any time by hitting the hitting Y or triangle on PlayStation, and then just simply selecting the saddle that you want on that horse. So, and then when you come out of the menu, the horse will, obviously, if it's here, it will respawn and it'll have its new saddle on. So the other thing that I do want to cover is also the mastery skills. So as you've been playing as Naoe, you've of course been leveling up, you've been earning mastery, you've been earning knowledge ranks. Those things also transfer over to Yusuke. So no matter who you're playing with, you're also earning XP and levels and knowledge ranks for the other character as well. And of course, we've been doing a whole lot. We're already at knowledge rank 3. We have 19 mastery points for us to use, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So to start off, we're going to start in the samurai tree. And the first thing that we're going to take is Vigor 1. This is going to increase Yusuke's adrenaline chunks by 1. That's going to cost us 3 mastery points. And we're actually going to take Vigor 2 as well, which is going to increase his adrenaline chunks by a further 1. So we'll have the ability to essentially use 3 abilities right off the bat as long as our adrenaline chunks are full. The next thing that we're going to do is over here on the far left-hand side, there's a passive skill called Regeneration. And this says restore 1% of Yusuke's maximum health when killing an enemy. We're actually going to put 1 point into this, 2 points into this, and then 3 points into this. That's going to leave us with 5 points left over. So now every time we kill an enemy, we're going to restore 6% of Yusuke's maximum health. That is kind of awesome. So you can already see just how tanky he is as a character. Next thing we're going to do is the long katana. And if we go into long katana, we're actually going to have a skill called Payback. And this actually says deal 3 powerful strikes to a single enemy, each dealing 35% ability damage, restoring 10% health. This is another way for us to get our health back with him. So we're going to already have right off the bat 3 different skills that we can use. We have the kick. We have the power dash, which we've had since we first were introduced to Yusuke. And then also now we're going to have Payback as well. So a lot of damage we're going to be able to deal out. We're going to have plenty of adrenaline chunks to use them. And probably the next thing that we're going to end up going into is going to be the adrenaline builder to make sure that we're never short on adrenaline as well. All right. And now that we've covered everything that we have covered now in the menu, and we got to know Yusuke just a little bit, we're going to actually be able to put a lot of this stuff to use. We're actually going to go do his first quest line called an education. It's going to be up in the town behind us. I'll bring you guys back once I get a little bit closer, and we're going to go and report to Nabutsuno Sensei. I will see you guys in just 1 second. All right, welcome back everybody. And we have made it up into the town here of Azuchi, but I did want to take a moment to actually point out the kind of situation that can occur in this, in many circumstances. Because of Yusuke actually being a heavier character, having heavy armor, they've made it so he's unable to scale a lot of the buildings. He doesn't have a grappling hook. So in these situations, you're kind of forced to swap back and forth between characters, which is unfortunate sometimes, especially in this kind of situation. Because if we look at the map, you can see on the compass that we are now ready for a season change. And unfortunately, when we go to do this swap, which I will demonstrate right now, this swap is going to actually cause a season change to occur. Now, if you're trying to avoid a season change because you have scouts left over and you don't want to, you want to make the most out of your scouts, unfortunately, you know, if you do swap, it is going to cause the season to change. So this is okay for this one. We're going to go ahead and let this season change. And then I'm going to scale this with Nawe. I'll bring us back down and then we'll switch back to Yusuke and then we'll finally make it off to his quest line. All right, and it has been a very long road to get here today, but we have covered a whole lot of stuff. I've thrown a lot of information at you, but right now we're about to get a whole lot of stories. So for the most part, there is a few times I'm going to cut in here, but for the most part, I'm just going to sort of let this one play out. There's a lot of story coming. So this is an education quest, our first of the quest for Yusuke. Everybody enjoy.
Oh, you have returned. I will never forget what you did for me that day.
Nobutsuna Sensei, are you here? Sensei.
What is it?
I have been sent by Lord Nobunaga to train with Kamizumi Nobutsuna Sensei.
Follow me.
I bet he won't last 2 strikes. Sensei, it's fierce and unyielding.
But look at his size. I think he could last 5.
Ryogo, Nobutsuna Sensei will do as Lord Nobunaga commands, and train you in his Shinkageru style.
Thank you, Nobutsuna Sensei.
We have 1 month until Lord Nobunaga's return. He will expect you to be the finest of warriors by then. A shining example of strength, loyalty, and technique.
And if I am not?
You must be.
I will work hard to be the warrior Lord Nobunaga expects.
Good. But your success will take more than hard work. You will need humility, concentration, and perseverance. You must live Nobutsuna Sensei's teachings if you are to truly master them. Now take up the Shinai and show our sensei your skills.
Okay, just really quickly, there's a few things that I do want to cover with this fight. First and foremost, I want you to know that it does not matter if you win or you lose this fight. It is the same outcome either way. So if you are insistent and you want to be able to beat this guy, the key is really dodging. Whenever a red attack comes out, you want to dodge away, keep as far away from him, and then you can catch him with charge attacks as he's coming in. And when you do get a perfect dodge, do not bother doing a posture attack. At this point, Yasuke does not know how to do a posture attack. So when you do get the perfect dodge, just punish with RB, try and get as much damage in, and then dodge away, and then again, try and work yourself into a perfect dodge. Outside of that, this is a pretty easy fight. The only thing to remember is that you can't get hit at all in it. One hit will actually kill you, or not kill you, but it will end the fight at this difficulty. Other than that, I think that's about it. Let's just go ahead and jump in here and you guys can see it in action.
Do not hold back. I will not. You hack like a peasant.
I can defeat you.
Follow me. There is a house down those stairs. Go there. I will find you shortly.
That wasn't a duel, that was a beating.
How is he still standing?
That hurt.
Get into my fault.
You are the one cooking for us? That food is not fit for dogs.
Our master is a guest of Lord Nobunaga himself.
Tomorrow, it will improve. I promise.
It better, or Lord Nobunaga will hear about it.
Leave her alone.
And who is this now? Tell me you are not a student of Nobutsuna-sensei. Has he stooped so low? Oh, Master Masatoyo will want to hear about this.
Are you all right?
I am talking to you, Outlander. Don't you know to bow to your betters? You will pay for this. Stay down, Outlander. If you show such insolence again, you will know my katana.
You cannot stay there forever, Diogo. Come with me.
I would be fine in a barracks or a more modest lodging.
You are a guest of Lord Nobunaga. You will stay here. Tomorrow you train again. I will bring Sensei's instructions in the morning.
No. I cannot go back. I cannot give up. I cannot fail.
Diogo, Lady Oichi would like to meet you. You may approach. Lady Oichi, younger sister of Lord Nobunaga. Diogo, the visitor from...
Oh, everyone knows Diogo. He's so
Different?
tall.
I heard you had some trouble last night with samurai from Master Masatoyo's school.
Yes. I did not know who they were.
They have come to Azuchi with their master, Sanada Masatoyo, to pledge their fealty to my brother.
It was not my intention to make trouble.
The way I heard it, they were the ones making trouble. And you came to the defense of a woman they were harassing. That was noble. I wanted to meet this foreigner who would stand up for someone of no consequence to himself.
I know my brother took you into his service, but what brought you here to begin with?
The Portuguese.
You sound bitter.
No, not anymore. Whatever will come of my time here, I am ready. Lord Nobunaga is a great man.
It must be lonely, far from your family and home.
Over the years, I have learned to live this way.
Do you have a wife? Children? Parents, perhaps? We could send for them.
That is not possible.
What really brought you here? How long will you stay? What makes a man leave all he has known to come so far? Who are you really, Diogo?
Forgive me, Lady Oichi. I must depart.
Then before you go, we have a gift for you. This kosode was made by the woman you saved last night. She wanted you to have it.
I am honored.
You betray your intentions at every step.
My apologies, Sensei.
No need. You did not react. You responded. Good.
Hey! Kayas tu! Para! Por que estás atrás de mim? Kai que te enviou. Valignano? Os outros?
O quê? Não sei o que queres dizer.
Por que andas a espiar-me?
Lamento. A minha curiosidade.
Para de mentir.
Tinha como missão negociar com o clã Oda a construção de uma igreja nas redondezas.
Estavas a observar-me.
Fiquei surpreendido por ver um homem como tu num lugar destes. Não devia ter sido indelicado. Perdoa-me.
Nobutsuna-sensei summons you, Diogo.
Oh, I thought we had finished for the day.
Indeed.
Who are these people? What does the sensei want with me at this time of night? So peaceful and quiet now, unlike the day. What is this?
Enter, Diogo.
Lady Nene, my apologies. I did not expect you.
Please, sit. I wish to speak with you while your sensei is away.
Nobutsuna-sensei does not know you're here?
You are loyal, Diogo. Good. But we need not burden him with politics of a visit by Lord Hideyoshi's wife. You are fortunate, Diogo. You need allies at Azuchi, and Nobutsuna-sensei is valuable.
His training has been grueling.
That is why Lord Nobunaga chose him. There is no one better to test your strength, your skill, and most of all, your loyalty. Lord Nobunaga was also a student of Nobutsuna-sensei's teachings. Long ago, a devoted student with an unshakable belief in himself. That confidence blinds him to certain dangers. He has many enemies, more than even he knows. He needs someone like you.
Because of my size? My strength?
No, a humble man. Like the Ashigaru Lord Nobunaga is so fond of. Unencumbered by the jealousies and politicking of samurai and daimyo. Nobutsuna-sensei was once that for Lord Nobunaga. Lord Nobunaga once gifted Nobutsuna-sensei a prized katana, a reward for his teachings. But a champion from a rival school, Sanada Masatoyo's school, challenged Nobutsuna's champion for the sword and won. This defeat dishonored Nobutsuna-sensei, and he feels diminished him in the eyes of Lord Nobunaga. Those samurai who mocked you are from the same rival school. Masatoyo is their sensei.
I begin to understand.
Tomorrow, Lord Nobunaga returns to Azuchi. Masatoyo will swear allegiance to him at a ceremony. Masatoyo will make sure to wear Nobutsuna's katana at his belt.
For all to see.
Tomorrow is about loyalty. Something Lord Nobunaga values above all else.
Loyalty.
A new katana, I see.
It was a gift from Lady Nene.
It is rare to see you out of your room at this hour. Something troubles you. No matter. Let us see how you wield that blade. Follow my movement.
Now, this is going to be our first introduction into kata. And basically, it's just going to be pressing a series of buttons to form a combo. So any button that just shows like the meter around it, that means you're going to hold it. The other ones are tap buttons, and then there is a timing minigame right there as well. So as long as you just follow the buttons, this is not too hard at all, and you should be able to get through this pretty easily. The final one is a little bit tricky. For the most part, these are pretty simple, though. Just sort of pay attention to the on-screen prompts. And this will become a mini game that we can actually do out in the world as an open world activity, and we can actually earn knowledge points from that as well.
I must go now, Diogo. Continue the movements until your thoughts no longer trouble you.
Thank you, Nobutsuna-sensei. Benevolence, righteousness, courtesy, wisdom, integrity, courage. This is what it means to take up the sword. This is who I am.
I will be a warrior like you.
I am still learning myself. Nobutsuna-sensei is a true master.
My grandfather was a warrior. I wanted to be like him too. His name was Yasuke. He was brave, but also kind. When anyone needed something, they would call Yasuke, Yasuke, and he would always help. And I miss him. And he was brave.
It is good to remember your grandfather, Yasuke. We should always act such that we are remembered well.
Yes, but I also want to be like you.
Yasuke.
Lord Oda Nobunaga.
Not now.
I present this helmet as a sign of my school's undying loyalty. Please accept this gift, my lord.
Diogo. Speak.
I challenge Masatoyo's champion to a duel. I will win back my mentor's sword.
Outrageous! This barbarian is no samurai. He has no right to.
Samurai or not, I permit this to. No. I command it.
Yes, Lord. But, Lord, my champion defeated 3 students. Can he do the same?
Send 3 or 30, it matters not. I will take that sword back. No! We fight with steel.
All right, now for an explanation of this fight. You're going to be fighting 3 different samurai. One on the far right-hand side will only ever do red attacks. He will never do attacks that you can actually block. The one on the far left will do some blockable attacks that you can get a perfect parry on, and then some red attacks. His red attacks do show up late, though, so you have to be aware that you may have to dodge. And then the one in the middle will do a series of a 1-2 combo, both blockable. And if you do not block either one of those, it will be followed up with a red unblockable attack. That's essentially all 3 of their combos. Now, the key to this fight is playing extremely defensively. It took me about 4 or 5 tries to actually get this in and not get hit during it. It can be a little bit tricky because while you are allowed to do posture attacks now, at this point, Yusuke does no posture attacks. So if you do make an enemy vulnerable, you can, but I would suggest against it and instead punish and then dodge out of the way, because usually right about the same time that you're going to get a posture attack in, someone can come in and get a swing on you and sort of interrupt it. So the key to this fight is defense, 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 and try and single out one guy away from the rest. Now, if you can get a posture attack on the guy that does the combo, the 1-2 combo, the one that'll be in the middle at the very start, if you can single him out and get posture attacks on him, 2 of them will kill him, and then the other guys become a whole lot easier. But dodge, 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 and single out a single one of the guys away from the other. So you just try and create some distance with one of them, and then, you know, once you do make them vulnerable or you get a perfect dodge in and they're vulnerable, just punish with RB. It's better than trying to get a posture attack in and end up getting hit during the posture attack. Do remember, though, that you do have 5 rations, so no big worries. If you don't want to get hit at all, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Like I said, it took me 3 or 4 tries. But anyways, let's see it all in action here. Let's go.
Begin.
You said I would know your katana. Come on, then.
I will relish watching you die in shame.
My man shows both speed and power.
Masatoyo Sensei, what now?
I will have that. It is an honor to return your katana, Sensei.
Diogo, you have proven your loyalty and valor. What's more, you have earned your place next to me as a samurai. What shall we call you? Samurai.
My name is Yasuke.
And that is how he came to be known as Yasuke instead of Diogo. The origins of the name, of course, coming from the kid and his grandfather. There's just something about Yasuke. He's got a lot of character. There's no doubt about it.
Yasuke, join me.
This tree remains my favorite in all of Azuchi.
Cultivating a bonsai is about guiding its proportion, its balance, and its maturation. But the tree itself must also want to develop. A gardener can only guide the tree so far.
My hope is to remain worthy of your guidance, Sensei.
You are more than worthy. You have come from a faraway land, shaken off bondage, and mastered our tongue. Foreign samurai are unheard of, yet you were chosen by the great Lord Nobunaga. I don't know what Lord Nobunaga saw in you when he first sent you, but I'm glad that he did. You may yet prove to be the most promising student to ever study Shinkageryu.
You honor me, Nobutsuna-sensei.
That is a list of names. The greatest students from across my many years of teaching. They will push you harder than I can. And if you can defeat them, you will be the true champion of my school. When you are ready, open that scroll and read those names. But only when you are truly ready.
I will challenge these students, and whoever wins, the victory is yours, Sensei.
Yasuke, Lady Oichi said I might find you here.
Is she alright?
She requests your presence at Old Ani Castle. Or what is left of it.
I will go to her.
You should also know there is a shadow of Aomi. Corrupt officials tax the locals and give nothing in return. The people suffer.
Let me see what can be done to help them. Nobutsuna-sensei has moved out of Azuchi Castle. I should visit him at his new estate.
Okay, and there we have it. So you get a chance to really get an idea of just how Yasuke came up. You know, you get to see him, his comeuppance, and you get to see sort of his progression, and you get an idea of just how much character he has. I mean, he is a very determined and focused individual. I really do love his character, but unfortunately, that's where we're going to have to end it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I can't say how much I appreciate all the love on this entire series so far. All the views, all the likes. I can't say how much I appreciate it. As always, if you guys did like this episode, though, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also click that little bell notification icon if you never want to miss another episode. Thank you guys so much again. I appreciate you all. And remember, life is short. Pause, save, and I will see you guys in the next episode.